So very much.
Joining me now, Congresswoman Bonnie Watson Coleman, a New Jersey Democrat who is on the Oversight Committee, and she was also in the thick of it at today's hearings. Thank you for joining us this evening, Congresswoman.
Thank you for having me.
You had this, I want to play this fiery moment that you had with Trey Gowdy. Here it is.
Starting with the political death penalty and impeachment is not the logical way a neutral, dispassionate...
Point of order.
Mr. Chairman, we're demanding equal time for every member of this committee.
Mr. Chairman, and if you can't control yourself, how do you expect this committee to control itself? You've been out of control since you've been on this committee. Why don't you leave it alone? This is not Benghazi.
Wow. I mean, is that how you see today's hearings? Another fishing expedition?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, let me tell you the one good thing that I think came out of this hearing. There is still no indication that whatever Mr. Strzok had on his text message exchanges, nothing has impacted the findings of the investigation.
That's what the final report showed. Go on.
That's what the final report shows. We went into that knowing that. We've come out of that knowing that if we don't know anything else. We really could have been using our time as an oversight committee and a judiciary committee to look at issues that we've not been dealing with that are very important to the American people, such as the separation of families and children, such as what's happening in Puerto Rico now and after all these months, such as what's happening with criminal justice reform and affirmative action, what's happening with this president who is representing, I don't know, he's not representing America's interests as he's overseas. Why aren't we doing the kind of oversight and the kind of accountability of the things that are going on right now?
But
what about the way this president has enriched himself being in violation of the emolument?
But that does not help the party that is in charge right now. It does not help the White House. So, Congresswoman, I have to say, and again, to the point of what the report showed, what Peter Strzok did and Lisa Page, inappropriate, but did not infect the outcome of the investigation.
Absolutely.
Again, the findings from the report. I want to play this. So this is watch this another moment with Congressman Louis Gohmert.
I've talked to FBI agents around the country. You've embarrassed them. You've embarrassed yourself. And I can't help but wonder when I see you looking there with a little smirk, how many times did you look so innocent into your wife's eye and lie to her about Lisa?
Mr. Chairman, this is outrageous.
The credibility of a witness
Shame
is always
on you.
Mr. Chairman, please.
Mr. Chairman, this is intolerable harassment of the witness.
What's wrong with that? You need your medication.
Oof. Wow. I mean, things did get intensely personal. Gohmert asked, Strzok about his affair. Many saw that as inappropriate, but you said he needed his medication. Do you regret saying that at all?
I probably would not have said it had I thought about it, but I was really quite frustrated at that moment. I was frustrated because I knew that all of these antics that they were displaying were just simply ways of covering up for what this president, who is ill-equipped to represent us, is doing to the American people and to people who have no voice. I was very struck by how mean the congressman was, how necessarily disrespectful he was, even though I recognize that all of this that they are involved in are nothing but tactics to cover up what the president is or is not doing. And so if I guess if I were not so disgusted at that moment and feeling quite frustrated that they were treating this witness as if he were some terrorist that they had caught and not some individual that is flawed just like the rest of us, maybe I would not have said that. But I did say it, and he certainly did manifest behavior that questions whether or not he has it all together all the time.
Hey, I've got to run, Congresswoman, with all due respect, can you give me a short answer here? How do you think this played with the people at home who are watching, with the constituents, with Americans?
I think that they're probably very, very hurt. I think they're very concerned. I think that, however, with all the kinds of... Do you think it makes a difference even with conservatives or with president supporters? Do you think it just... Well, I don't think anything makes a difference with his core supporters. But I think other people have to see that at the end of the day, We didn't need to be spending our time on this. They didn't learn that this investigation had been compromised by this one individual who couldn't possibly impact the outcome of the investigation. He didn't have the last word. He didn't even have the next to the last word. So the people should question, why would Republicans put so much effort into this, and why would they try to tear this individual apart about an issue that we've already resolved and we know the answer to?
Congresswoman Bonnie Watson Coleman.